I always tell everybody, I don't go in there looking for the knockout. I go looking for the win. But if he get out of line, he's going to be the next one down.
For Terence Crawford, he has definitely gone under the radar. 4-weight world champion, 41-0, 31 knockouts. A southpaw who's got IQ and speed and craft. I think it's a fabulously interesting matchup.
It's going to be a great fight. The reason I have so much confidence is because I really believe that Bud Crawford doesn't fear Canelo Alvarez. A lot of his opponents.
Terence Crawford erupted at Canelo during a fiery press conference, making it clear that his focus is always on winning inside the ring. However, he warned that if Canelo crosses the line or shows disrespect, the rivalry could quickly turn personal. Crawford's passionate words highlighted his intensity and determination, proving he's fully prepared, both mentally and physically, and leaving no doubt about his supreme confidence.
You doing all that talking. Yes, I'm doing all that talking. Yes, you got sound good. You don't talk. And you talking too much. Hey, this right but this. Right here. You gotta be legendary. Right. Female like. See y'all showing me this is legendary. Old school fight. Get out. Some attention. Put the camera on him because that's what he's doing. Showing out like a female. Go ahead, EJ. Yeah, all right.
Greg Hackett has been outspoken about his confidence in Terence Crawford's ability to overcome Canelo Alvarez, pointing to Crawford's fearless mindset both inside and outside the ring. In Hackett's view, Crawford never enters a fight with hesitation or intimidation, which separates him from many opponents who freeze when facing a dominant figure like Canelo. He emphasizes that Crawford's self-belief isn't arrogance but the result of years of discipline, consistent victories, and unmatched adaptability. Hackett argues that confidence is a fighter's greatest weapon, and Crawford brings it into every battle. Going up against Canelo, widely regarded as one of the sport's pound-for-pound best, demands unwavering mental toughness, and Hackett is convinced Crawford has it in abundance. To him, this fight isn't an uphill climb for Crawford, but another chance to prove that he thrives under the brightest pressure.
Yeah, they're picking Crawford. They're picking Crawford. You got people that was taking Crawford, taking Canelo. Yeah. What do you make of it?
It should be that way because we talking about a great fight here. We talking about two great police. So when it's like this, it's better for the bet. You know what I mean? All the people that like to bet, it's better for them. You know what I mean? Because nobody knows where the money gonna land. The reason I have so much confidence in this fight, you know, thinking that it's gonna be a great fight. The reason I have so much confidence because I really believe that Bud Crawford doesn't fear Canelo Alvarez. A lot of his opponents in the past were nervous and scared from the beginning. I don't think Bud feel that way at all. I think we can do a good rumble on our hands. You know what I mean? It's just gonna come down to question for Bud is can he take the shot? You know what I'm saying? Question I think for Canelo is does he get old? I say that for a reason. He got a lot of fights, bro. He got, I think he going on almost 70 fights. You know what I'm saying? Or he a little bit under 70. That's a lot of fights for current time. You know what I'm saying? Bud got a lot of gas still left, but he's older as well. You know what I mean? A lot of people would like to give him shit for not being able to take a shot, or not that he didn't take the shot, but Bud's with some shots at lower weight class. So it's like, how can he handle himself at 168 pounds? But you have to understand the physical to understand how. You know what I mean? I'm not about to get into all of that, but you know what I mean? I do understand he will be a lot more sturdy at 68. I mean, if you're smart, you've seen it at 47 versus Earl Spence.
Adam Smith, one of boxing's most respected commentators, views the potential clash between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez as a massive step up for Crawford, yet a challenge he believes is entirely winnable. Smith highlights Crawford's exceptional boxing IQ, noting his ability to read opponents, adjust seamlessly, and capitalize on openings with surgical precision. He also points to Crawford's speed as a key factor, suggesting it could expose the gaps in Canelo's defensive style. According to Smith, the fight is likely to go the distance, with Crawford's ability to outthink and outmaneuver Canelo across 12 rounds giving him a real path to victory. He praises the matchup as one of the most exciting in recent years, a contest where both fighters would be pushed to their absolute physical and mental limits. For Smith, the idea of Crawford winning on points isn't far-fetched. It's a testament to how the sport ultimately rewards skill, strategy, and intelligence.
The 13th, it's billed as fight of the century. do feel as though this one, for such an unbelievably good fight, prospect of, it has gone under the radar a bit. We've spoken more about fights that are not even.
No, but you back then, I mean, how much you spoke about?
No, I love that fight.
Yeah, but compared to these two guys,
But that's in Britain. That's prime time here. It's football casuals. I think the problem with this fight is it is just a fabulous boxing matchup and one with all sorts of curiosity between two superstars. The Ring magazine's dedicated the entire magazine, but this is boxing. It's hardcore boxing. I think Canelo is known. I think Canelo, obviously the Mexican machismo, that holds all the super middleweight titles, nearly 70-odd fights. He's been phenomenal. I think he's 35 now. But for Terence Crawford, he has definitely gone under the radar. 4-weight world champion, 41-0, 31 knockouts. Southpaw who's got IQ and speed and craft. I think it's a fabulously interesting matchup, the two of them, because you've got the big guy, the strong, super middleweight, really, really cultured, wonderful fighter in Canelo, but is he just slightly, ever so slightly, fine margins past his peak? And you've got Crawford, who needs this fight as his coming out party. The big news, it's on Netflix, so he'll get the attention. Can Crawford do it? It's a huge step again in weights. But I think he's got speed. I think he's got the know-how. I'm sure we'll talk about it more next week, to cause problems for Canelo. And I think that he could win it on points.
Aday Oladipo takes a more critical stance on the potential Crawford versus Canelo showdown, arguing that while the fight has generated massive buzz, it lacks the genuine intrigue found in other recent high-profile clashes like Alexander Usyk versus Daniel Dubois. In his view, the matchup doesn't offer the same sense of balance or suspense, largely due to the natural weight disparity and the widespread expectation that Canelo holds the upper hand. Whereas Usyk versus Dubois delivered a true clash of contrasting styles with real unpredictability, Oladipo sees Crawford versus Canelo as less evenly matched. To him, the hype surrounding the bout feels driven more by promotion than by the actual competitive dynamics inside the ring.
It's been billed as the biggest fight of the century. Some have had the biggest fight of all time. Let's calm down, people. Let's breathe a little bit. It's a big fight. But it doesn't quite feel like those things. It doesn't feel like the biggest fight of the century. Like, it doesn't feel like, and maybe because I work these events, so it's slightly different, but this doesn't feel like Usyk Fury, for example. It doesn't feel like that at all. That felt like, oh my God, this is going to happen. Undisputed heavyweight title fight. Remember, this is an undisputed super middleweight title fight. It just feels a bit lacking of something. I can't believe that Max Kellerman is now part of this. And again, for nostalgia, we haven't got a Max Kellerman face-off. Now, how Canelo speaks great English now. How we haven't got that? Just to kind of give it a bit of spice, because Canelo, with his English, it's like he's only learnt the bad words. He does chat a lot of shit. So I almost felt like we should have done that. Maybe because it's on Netflix, it hasn't got a bit of a push from ESPN. Obviously, there's no DAZN stuff. Obviously, because DAZN are not covering it. I feel like it's lacking something. Maybe because both of them don't trash talk either. Because when I think of the biggest fights of the last sort of 15, 20 years, you've always had one side of the fight, or one side is a big trash talker. In some instances, too. The biggest fights, again, Usyk Fury. Fury was happy to do all the trash talk. Sold it. The event went massive. Mayweather, Pacquiao. Mayweather is happy to do all that, right? Mayweather, McGregor. Hence why that went just colossal. Because you've got two of the biggest trash talkers ever doing it. This time, Canelo ain't saying anything. Crawford ain't saying anything. Feels a bit flat. Feels a little bit flat.
Promoters have gone all out to frame Crawford versus Canelo as nothing less than the fight of the century, transforming it into a cultural spectacle rather than just another boxing match. By tapping into a global audience, they've built anticipation that extends far beyond the sport's traditional fan base. Netflix's involvement has taken the hype to another level, delivering unprecedented access through documentaries, exclusive interviews, and behind-the-scenes coverage that make the event feel larger than life. This carefully crafted promotional strategy has brought the fight into households that might not usually follow boxing, blurring the lines between sport and entertainment. The result is a build-up that rivals some of the biggest crossover events in modern history.
To the standard you said. They're tagging this the fight of the century. Colossal, super fight, Netflix, Dana White, right? So now we got to look at it. You can't tell me something. See, I'm not the type of person where you can pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. If that's you and you're going to let somebody urinate on your leg and tell you it's raining, that's on you. But I don't do that. I'm a critical thinker, and I'm not just gonna listen to what you tell me and see if the facts don't support that, right? So if this is the fight of the century, let's look at it. Boxing tickets, Canelo versus Crawford, right? Since August 29th, tickets listed, $2,566 value, $7 million plus worth of tickets. Hey, bro, $7 million worth of tickets.
Veteran analyst Ol Bernstein offers a blunt take, arguing that despite the massive promotional push, this isn't the fight boxing fans were truly clamoring for. In his view, the demand for Crawford versus Canelo wasn't organic. Many would rather have seen Crawford tested against rivals in his own division or Canelo matched with opponents closer to his natural weight. Bernstein acknowledges the fight's appeal on paper but says it lacks the natural rivalry or compelling storyline that usually transforms a matchup into a must-see event. While the promotion has undeniably generated plenty of buzz, he points out that enthusiasm among core boxing fans remains muted compared to other recent super fights. For Bernstein, this bout feels less like the product of genuine fan demand and more like a carefully constructed marketing creation.
Level of fighters meet. Where the fighters meet. Where does this rank at?
It's one of those fights that the interesting thing is, it wasn't as if every boxing fan said, boy, I can't wait to see Canelo fight Terence Crawford. In other words, it wasn't one of those fights, like there were more boxing fans that said, gee, I'd like to see Canelo fight Dave Benavidez. But having said that, I mean, among the hardcore boxing fans.
For sure.
Having said that, what they did, and this happens sometimes in boxing, they come up with a matchup that wasn't on everybody's mind, but kind of makes sense. And the proof is in the pudding. If you do one of those kind of matches and the interest is not there, you're going to find that out.
For sure.
In this case, obviously the interest was there because they've sold. I mean, I went online and looked at the ticket sales and everything, and they've sold. Looks like they've already sold 40,000 seats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I believe that's selling out.
Left, in Allegiant Stadium. So that alone is an indicator. The amount of attention and coverage the fight has gotten, and this is one of those fights that will also have a good barometer as we get closer to the fight. How much is the mainstream sports media covering the fight? You know, it used to be in the old days, big fights were covered all the time by the mainstream sports media, not so much in recent years. And so that's always a barometer of whether it, really is as big as we think. As far as the actual matchup's concerned, when it was originally announced, I thought they were going to have a hard sell in convincing people that Crawford could come up 2 weight classes, take on a 168-pounder, because he already moved